We are enjoying a tour today of the new and improved headquarters of the International Crane Foundation, the only place on Earth where you can see all 15 crane species in one location. Darren is getting the tour here along with myself from Demetra and from Pamela. And we were just talking a little bit about how the whole operation got started. Would you mind running through that story again for me?
Absolutely not. No, George Archibald was a student at Cornell University, and that's where he met soon-to-be co-founder of the International Crane Foundation, Ron Sowie. And George instilled his passion for cranes with Ron, and they needed a space, so Ron talked to his family, who had an unused horse farm in this area, not too far away from here, and the family allowed George and Ron to start the International Crane Foundation with $1 a year rent. So that's how this world-renowned, one-of-a-kind foundations called the International Crane Foundation is right here in Baraboo, Wisconsin.
There we go. And right up here is some of the remnant prairie we talked about earlier, where they thought, okay, this particular location might be a great spot.
Absolutely, yes. Actually, when they started to outgrow the horse farm, Ron was citing other locations, and he was out here cross-country skiing in the winter, and he saw a little bit of remnant prairie peeking through the snow. And they saw that as a good sign that this once dairy farm should be converted into the International Crane Foundation. So Demetra, we have what, like 280 acres here on the site?
Total?
Yeah.
Great view of the Waddle crane.
Yeah, right. Let's take a look. And the cranes seem to like their expanded homes, right? They like having more space to walk around and do their thing.
They do. All 15 species of cranes now have a water feature. They are a water bird, and they need wetlands in the wild to be happy and thrive. And now they can get their feet wet in their own private wetland.
It's a good day to get your feet wet.
Indeed. Oh, now they're both in the shade.
And the grounds for the Crane Foundation have reopened to the public now, so people can come and check things out. And pretty soon tours are going to come back online as well.
Yes, absolutely. We're hoping to start tours as soon as we possibly can. The grounds is open from 9 a.m. until 5 p.m. We ask guests to arrive by 4:30 so they can take advantage of the site.
Yeah, you bet.
And we are open May 1st through October 31st. Plenty of time to get out here.
All right.
Demetra, maybe you want to tell them about the trails and how we're really promoting our trails now on the new site.
Yeah. So our exhibit space is only half a mile to get through all 15 species, but we also have 2 miles of hiking trails. Hiking trails go through our restored prairie. They also go through a little wetland and woodland. So if you're coming to look at birds other than the cranes, if you're a birder, we do have some wonderful natural areas out here that you can see a variety of wild Wisconsin birds.
Yeah,
including the scarlet tanager, red-bellied woodpeckers. I've seen orioles out here. We do have a lot of other cool species, and occasionally we even will get wild sandhill cranes that will visit Grommy Marsh. That is one of the features on the hiking trail.
How about that?
Yeah. Usually you'll know when the wild sandhill cranes fly over because the captive birds will often call out to them.
I bet.
So you'll get a big cacophony of crane calls all at once.
Demetra, why does the grounds look so weedy?
Yeah, so the construction site did bring in some non-native species, but we don't mow here because most of the area, even on the exhibits, is natural prairie. We have seeded with what was hand collected on our restored prairie prior to construction. So these aren't weeds. It's not that we're being lazy and not mowing the lawn. We want all of the natural area space that's available to still have those natural prairie plants. Here we have a spiderwort that's flowering, this little purple flower here. That's a spiderwort, so it's a common native plant species here in Wisconsin. I don't see any others that are flowering that I know off the top of my head, but we do have a lot of really cool plants to check out for any botany enthusiasts as well.
Oh, very good.
This looks like a coneflower.
Yeah. Great. Prairie dot.
So what has your response been from, I know you've got members, followers, donors, a lot of
Yeah.
folks who are real curious about this project and also were active in supporting it. What do you hear from those folks?
I think people really love it. Most people come through and they're really excited to see the expanded site. They only have really good things to say about what we've done with the place. Even folks who weren't aware of us before are really impressed with the interpretives and the signage and the things that they've learned when coming through. We had some fun activities for kids to do, so as they tour and walk through with their families, they can participate in a little scavenger hunt. I've been jokingly calling it a scavenger hunt for knowledge, because we're not asking them to pick flowers or collect feathers or collect physical objects.
Sure.
But we want them to go around, read the signs, learn something about the cranes and our work, and if they come back into the gift shop, we'll give them a little prize.
Woohoo, now we're
for doing
talking.
that. Yeah.
Right. Yes, we are so blessed to have absolutely wonderful members who supported us while we were closed. We actually closed November 1st, 2018, and due to COVID, we were not able to open last season. So we just thank our members from the bottom of our heart for supporting us. They have been coming in droves, and we are happy and excited to welcome them here at the new Cranes of the World.
Very good. My great aunt Lucille is one of your members. She's
wonderful.
in Whitewater, and I got to get her over here to check this out. She'll love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, the interesting thing about the International Crane Foundation is this Cranes of the World really serves as a living laboratory of our work that we do worldwide on 5 continents and within 50 countries. And we work locally with local educators and communities to help cranes and the places cranes dance. Demetra, what can you tell us about Crane City?
Yeah, Crane City is our off-campus breeding area. That's where we are breeding whooping cranes for release into the wild. It's also where we have some other species on site. So we have a full-time staff of crane care specialists that take care of our captive flock. They help with artificial insemination when needed, or other reintroduction efforts, things like that. So if you do become a member, we do offer tours annually of the Crane City. Those usually fill up pretty quickly, but if you're curious to see what it looks like behind the scenes, I encourage you to become a member and check out Crane City in our annual Member Appreciation Day in October.
Very good. Good
Yeah.
pitch.
Yeah.
Well, on that note, we don't want to give away the story here, give away the whole tour, but we'll share this little tease to our members and hope they are inspired to come check out the new and improved headquarters here of the International Crane Foundation, just north of town. And we should mention too that the International Crane Foundation is one of our much appreciated partner package sponsors. They sponsor all of our events throughout the year. And speaking of making pitches, those events include the Baraboo Area Circus Celebration coming up July 10th and 11th. And we're going to have Oktoberfest on September 25th. All kinds of fun stuff before, after, and in between. So we'll see you soon.